Christians are one of the most persecuted groups in the world today, facing discrimination, violence, and marginalization in various parts of the globe. This phenomenon is not limited to any specific region or country, but rather it is a widespread issue that affects Christians from diverse backgrounds and cultures. There are several reasons why Christians are persecuted in society today, and understanding these factors is essential to addressing this critical issue. One of the primary reasons for Christian persecution is the rise of secularism and the increasing rejection of Christian values in modern society. In many Western countries, Christianity is no longer seen as a dominant force, and its influence is waning. This has led to a growing hostility towards Christians, who are often viewed as being out of touch with the times and clinging to outdated beliefs. The media, in particular, has played a significant role in perpetuating this narrative, often portraying Christians as intolerant, bigoted, and homophobic. As a result, Christians are frequently subjected to ridicule, mockery, and marginalization in the public sphere. Another factor contributing to Christian persecution is the growing influence of radical ideologies such as Islamism and communism. In countries where these ideologies hold sway, Christians are often seen as a threat to the dominant worldview and are therefore targeted for persecution. In many Muslim-majority countries, for example, Christians are subjected to violent attacks, forced conversions, and discriminatory laws that restrict their freedom to practice their faith. Similarly, in communist countries like China and North Korea, Christians are viewed as a challenge to the state's authority and are often imprisoned, tortured, and killed for their faith. The rise of social media has also contributed to the persecution of Christians, as it has created new platforms for harassment, bullying, and intimidation. Christians who express their views on social media are often subjected to vicious online attacks, which can be emotionally distressing and even lead to physical harm. Furthermore, the anonymity of the internet has emboldened perpetrators who can hide behind pseudonyms and avatars to launch attacks on Christians without fear of consequences. In addition to these factors, the failure of governments to protect Christian minorities has also contributed to their persecution. In many countries, governments have failed to address the root causes of persecution, such as discriminatory laws, corruption, and lack of economic opportunities. Instead, they often turn a blind eye to the suffering of Christians or even condone it. This has created a culture of impunity, where perpetrators feel free to attack Christians without fear of punishment or reprisal. The consequences of Christian persecution are far-reaching and devastating. Many Christians have been forced to flee their homes, leaving behind their livelihoods, families, and communities. Others have been killed, injured, or imprisoned for their faith. The trauma and suffering inflicted on Christians have also had a profound impact on their mental and emotional well-being, leading to anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. In conclusion, the persecution of Christians in society today is a complex and multifaceted issue, driven by a range of factors, including the rise of secularism, radical ideologies, social media, and government inaction. To address this issue, it is essential to raise awareness about the plight of persecuted Christians and to advocate for their rights and freedoms. Governments, civil society organizations, and individuals must work together to create a culture of tolerance, respect, and inclusivity where Christians can practice their faith without fear of persecution or marginalization. Ultimately, the persecution of Christians is an assault on human dignity and a threat to the very fabric of our society, and it is our collective responsibility to stand in solidarity with them and to defend their right to freedom of religion and belief.